claps, an applause, to the best game by far of the week, and honestly, I have to say, best game of the season. And I know it's only week 3. I know we're barely even close to a quarter of the way done of the regular season. I understand that. But good luck to anyone trying to top that game this season. For anyone that knows me, I hate the Denver Broncos with a burning passion. But even if they had won, and they almost did, if they had won this game, I'd still be saying this was the best game of the season. Because it was Denver's defense really surprised me. And I know the Seahawks offense, obviously, we all know about beast mode, Mr. Skittles, Mr. Marshawn Lynch, being possibly the best running back in the National Football League. You know, other than him, what did the Seahawks have? And we all know about Percy Harvin. But other than Percy Harvin and Marshawn Lynch, what do you have on this team offensively? Exactly. You know, the Denver Broncos defense really steps up. I'm going to sound like a lot of people, this should have been the Super Bowl game. As funny and hilarious it was to me, for again, I hate the Denver Broncos. So as hilarious as the Super Bowl was to me because of how horrendously bad the Broncos looked, both offensively and defensively, you know, this should have been the Super Bowl because this was a great game. Peyton Manning coming back in the fourth quarter. I believe 3 touchdowns. 3 touchdowns? 3 or 2 touchdowns. He had at least a pair of touchdowns, alright? And one thing I don't understand, you know, my buddy of mine, you know, Chase Oliver 68, if you ever subscribe to him, he's also like me, he does, you know, wrestling and sports videos. But anyways, you know, we talked briefly on Twitter about how last week the San Diego Chargers, how they beat the Seattle Seahawks was the Seahawks were bad against the tight ends, you know. That's their weakness in their defense, is against the tight ends. If the Denver Broncos used Julius Thomas more in this game, they probably could have won. I mean, you notice when, you know, Peyton was starting to clicking, when, oh, look, Julius Thomas, touchdown. Oh, Jacob Tammy, touchdown. Notice when he starts throwing the tight ends, then the Broncos are now in retreat control because the freaking screens to Demaryius Thomas, to Emmanuel Sanders, to Wes Welker. Ironically enough, when Wes Welker comes back, you know, the Broncos lose their first game. But anyways, you know, they do the screens to those 3, you know, good wide receivers. It's not going to work against the Seahawks. Not going to work. It didn't work in the Super Bowl, and it didn't work today. But hell, what a freaking good game. Not just because it went to overtime, but it was just a good game. What else can I say that other than it was a good game? I mean, if he missed it, damn, I feel sorry for him. Because this game had everything. And, you know, the thing was, too, I said also on Twitter, was that I could see, you know, First Take, which I'm sure every single one of you have seen, whether you want to admit it or not. You know, they would have been talking about, oh, Peyton Manning kept the Denver Broncos in the game. But for a while, that was not the case. The Denver's defense, that's right, their defense, DeMarcus Ware, Aqib Talib, key defenders like that, were keeping the Denver Broncos intact against the defending Super Bowl champions, the Seattle Seahawks. And today, you know, they stepped up. You know? And I know people are going to ride on Richard Sherman for allowing that 2-point conversion very late in the fourth quarter. And, you know, did he make a mistake? Obviously he made a mistake. He's human. I still think to this day Richard Sherman is the best cornerback in the National Football League. I'm not going to judge Richard Sherman on whether he's the number 1 or the best corner in the National Football League because he missed one coverage, and that's for a 2-point conversion. If it was like he got burned for like a 50 or 60-yard touchdown, then I'd be sitting there going, oh my God, what the hell happened to you? But that was not the case. because the Seattle Seahawks went out there, they won at home, a lot closer, 26-20 in overtime. And it was just a game of the week, and I'm saying it right now, game of the year candidate by far. And so far, it is game of the year. Plain and simple. You know, if you're a Broncos fan, if you're a Seahawks fan, or better yet, if you're just an NFL football fan, this was a great game. And to me, this is what the NFL needed. After the whole Adrian Peterson, Ray Rice crap, I mean, I know those situations aren't pretty, they're ugly, they're not good. But when we've gone so far, 3 weeks of barely talk of any actual football, but you talk about off the few controversy things, it's about damn time we get a good game. It's about damn time. Anyways, guys, that's it for me. Subscribe, follow me on Twitter. I'm pumped up, I'm fired up. Thank God for this game, guys. Anyways, that's it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. You guys should know the rest by now. Have a good day.